Alright, so for this lesson, I'm going to try to show you this all in a way where you don't have to play any bar chords, because I think this is just a cool song. I want everybody to be able to play it. So I'm going to do this in a no bar chord sort of way so that everybody can at least give it a try. It's still going to be hard though, because this chord and some of the chords that look like that look very similar to bar chords, and you have to have good strength in your hand to play those. But hopefully it'll be a little bit easier for you than trying to play bar chord. So what you're going to do is just start with, we're starting with a C sharp minor chord, so we'll call this riff 1. So this is what I heard in the intro and throughout the verses. So index finger sets down on 4th fret of A, ring finger 6th fret of D, pinky 6th fret of G, and then your middle finger sets down on 5th fret of B. Alright, now for your plucking hand, what I was doing for this intro is just actually finger picking, but you could just play with a pick if you want. You could just be like, you could play all the notes with a pick if you'd like, but for this first part I'm going to use just my hand to play. So you pluck with your thumb on the A string, index finger plucks D, ring finger plucks B, and middle finger plucks G. So you've got thumb, index, ring, middle. So you're going to do that 4 times. Then we're going to go to the second chord, which is just a simple E major chord. I'll show you two ways to play it. Index finger sets down 7th fret of A, and probably this way is probably the easiest way, even though it's really hard, is you make an A shape in the 9th fret with your middle finger on D, ring finger on G, and pinky on B. Now the way that I'm going to play it is just use my ring finger to bar across the D, the G, and the B in the 9th fret. Again, same plucking pattern, thumb, index, ring, middle, thumb, index, ring, middle. And then we're going to go to a B over E flat chord. So this chord, I always get a lot of questions about that chord because it's kind of funky looking, but basically it's just a B chord with a different note in the root. So you're going to set your index finger down on the 6th fret of the A. Your pinky goes on 9th fret of the D, ring finger 8th fret of the G, and middle finger 7th fret of the B. Again, same plucking pattern, thumb, index, ring, middle. So all together, we've got. So that's the first part of the song. That's the intro and the verse, and that goes on for quite a little while. All right, so this part I think is like the pre-chorus. It sounds like a pre-chorus or leading into the pre-chorus. So it's, again, not a bar chord. So it's an F sharp minor chord way up here on the 9th fret. So your index finger is going to set down on the 9th fret of the A, ring finger 11th fret of the D, pinky 11th fret of the G, and middle finger 10th fret of the B. And again, we're using that same plucking pattern, thumb, index, ring, middle. You're going to do it 4 times. Then we're going to go down to a G sharp chord. So you keep your fingers in that shape. See that shape that we've been using for a lot of these chords? So it's the same shape we used down here on that C sharp minor, the intro chord. But you're just going to hop that all up 1 string. So index fingers on 4th fret of the E, ring finger 6th fret of A, pinky 6th fret of D, middle finger 5th fret of G. But now if you notice, your thumb has to hop up. So now thumb's got E, index finger has A, ring finger has D, ring finger has G, middle finger has D. So right there, I like to only do it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And you leave that a little bit of space going into the next section. So this is we'll call riff 3. It seems like a continuation of the pre-chorus. So what I was doing for this one is we're going to play an A chord. So index finger sets down 5th fret of the E, ring finger 7th fret of the A, pinky 7th fret of the D, middle finger 6th fret of the G. Again, I'm using that same plucking pattern, same concept. We're going to go to an E chord, standard E, index finger 1st fret of the G, middle finger 2nd fret of A, ring finger 2nd fret of D. Alright, then we're going to go to a G sharp, index finger, it's exactly the same as the A, but just right here on the 4th fret, so index finger is 4th fret of E, ring finger 6th fret of A, pinky 6th fret of D, middle finger 5th fret of G. And Then we've got a big walk up. So it's going to go. So what I'm doing is just simple octave chords to keep this simple for all the beginners. Your index finger is going to set down on 4th fret of the A, much like the intro chord, the C sharp minor. Then your ring finger is going to set down on the 6th fret of the G, and you're going to keep that shape in mind. Okay. So what I'm doing, I was just plucking with thumb and middle finger, but whatever's comfortable. So you just pluck them simultaneously. Then you move up 2 frets to the 6th fret. Then you move up to the 7th fret. Then to the 9th fret. And then it goes through the riff again. So the end of the second time, you just end with a single note on the 4th fret of the A string, that C sharp note. All right. Alright, so this is the next riff, and what I was doing for this one, again, trying to avoid the bar chords for you all, just trying to keep it nice, open, and simple. So what you're going to do is you're going to play that C sharp minor shape, but if your high E string rings open, that's okay. Alright, so the strum pattern I'm using is down, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, 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 up. One more time, a little slower. Down, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, 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 up. All right. Then we're going to go up to an abbreviated version of the E chord. Time through the strum pattern. So what I'm doing for that is just setting index finger, again, 7th fret of A, ring finger 9th fret of D, pinky 9th fret of G. And if your B and your high E ring open, it sounds good to me. So you're going to do one time through the strum pattern. Down, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, 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 up. Now remember that walk down chord, the B over E flat. So what you're going to do for that is take and set your pinky down on 9th fret of D, ring finger 8th fret of G, and then your index finger is going to reach back here to 6th fret of A. Again, if B and high E are ringing open, that sounds good to me. Down, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, 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 up. All right? Then it's going to go through that again. So let's try all that. Then it'll go through that again. Now moving forward, we go back up to our F sharp minor chord up high. So index finger is on 9th fret of A, ring finger 11th fret of D, pinky 11th fret of G, middle finger 10th fret of B. Again, if high E is ringing open this time, that sounds good to me. I think that's what happens there anyway. So we got F sharp minor for 2 times through the strum pattern. go to that G sharp chord that we had covered before. But this time you do not want the B and the high E to ring open. You want your focus to be those lowest 4 strings. And if you can, maybe mute out the B and high E with the fat part of your index finger down here, right down here at the bottom of your index finger. So that way if you accidentally pluck those high strings, you can't hear them as well. So there's going to be a pause there. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. So you can just rest the side of your hand on the strings there. Alright, so we're going to start with the A chord for this section. Index finger, 5th fret of E, ring finger, 7th fret of A, pinky, 7th fret of D, middle finger, 6th fret of G. And if B and high E ring open, that's okay. In the same strum pattern. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. Then we're going to go to E. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. G sharp. But don't let the B and high E ring open. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up. Then we're going to those octave chords again. Index finger, 4th fret of A, ring finger, 6th fret of G. Down, down, up, 6th fret, down, down, up, 7th fret, down, down, up, 9th fret, down, down, up. Then it's going to go through that again. Alright, so this was another way I thought would probably be somewhat easy to play this part. So we do have to go back to kind of the harder chords, not the bar chords, but just kind of the harder version of the intro chords. So index finger, 4th fret of A, ring finger, 6th fret of D, pinky, 6th fret of G, middle finger, 5th fret of B. And you're going to focus just on the A through the B string. And you're going to go down, up, and then mute. Down, up, and then you're going to do it again. Down, up, okay? Then we're going to go up to that E chord. Index finger, 7th fret of A, ring finger, bars across, 9th fret of the D through the B. And you're going to go down, up. Then we got to go to that B over E flat again. So index finger, 6th fret of A, pinky, 9th fret of D, ring finger, 8th fret of G, middle finger, 7th fret of B. All right. Now we're going to do it all again, but we're going to add some rhythm in between all these. So it's going to sound like... So what I'm doing there is I'm just resting my fingers above the spots they need to be. They're all touching the strings, but I'm not pressing down into the frets, okay? I'm getting ready to press them down, but I'm not pressing them down when I'm doing the rhythmic thing. So you're gonna do the same thing, down, up, and then you're gonna go, so you're going down, up, down, up, down, up. So you press for the first down, up, and then you let it rest for the next 3 strums. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Then you're going to do it again. Down, up. Okay, so we've got... All right, so you finish out the count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and standard count. Let's do it one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and... All right, so let's go ahead and try it. Then we're going to go up to the E. But this time we're not going to go to the B over E flat. We're just going to go to the E flat note and just drive that single note. Kind of as a build. Alright, so this is kind of a simplified ending. Again, I'm trying to just keep this, I'm trying to keep this in a way that everybody can play it. So, coming out of that last section, this is the very last riff. So what I was hearing was just kind of doing a whole note strum on the A, then a whole note strum on the E, and then when you get to the G sharp, you're going into the strum pattern. Down, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, 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 up. Then you're doing the octave walk up. Now we're on the A, but we're not doing whole notes. Now we're into the strum pattern. I think he goes through a couple more times, does the solo, and then for the outro, there's a really cool outro. Maybe I can do another lesson where I try to play these parts more accurately. But for that little outro part, I think just going back to some whole notes would probably serve you well, especially if you're just trying to like sing and play at the same time. So that's probably a great way to just end the song. So anyway, I hope this lesson was helpful for you. I know that's a lot of different stuff going on, but please hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell so I can keep making these videos for you all, and I'll see you on the next one.